what made me think again. Like, if this is the right religion, if this is the peaceful, right religion that God gives us, that God wants us to believe, us flawed people, why would he order other people who are also flawed to kill us because we lost faith? And I ask myself, can I really do that? Do I really have the courage to do this? Well, I remember that moment. Everything stopped for a bit, and I just thought everything through, and I laid back, I laid down, and just looked up to the ceiling. And I thought to myself, you have seen everything. You have studied everything over the last years. You can do it again. But from what I have seen so far, it just doesn't make sense. And if I'm wrong, then God forgive me. But I'm not a Muslim anymore. Then I was done with it. Until that moment, everything that made sense to me was Islam. Allah was with me all the time, and Allah was the reason why we are alive. Suddenly that was gone. I thought about it day and night. I was suddenly desperate, and I felt lonely. I felt useless. I felt like I have no purpose anymore. But I studied it day and night, and I found more and more reason why Islam is wrong. One day I came home from work, and I saw this show on TV where they were discussing about near-death experiences and about supernatural explanations and stuff like that. It had nothing to do with what I believed in, but it triggered something. I was so desperate, so devastated, and after watching that show, I felt even more depressed. I felt awful, and I felt like there is no purpose anymore. So I went to my room and moved to my window, and I lived in like the 6th floor. I was about to commit suicide. I almost did it, but something held me back and I didn't do it. I thought, okay, here is the deal. Do something in life. Care about yourself from now on. Care about people from now on. Care about the world. Care about all the problems that we have. Focus more on yourself and on everything that is actually real and everything that you can see. And I started to follow atheist pages and stuff like that on Instagram and on social media. And I had an exchange of messages with one of those pages that I used to follow. We started to know each other more and more, and we started being more and more interested in each other. But she lived in America and I was in Turkey, so she came to visit me. And she also inspired me to create the whole apostate prophet thing on Instagram. It was then when I realized I am not safe in Turkey, because in Turkey it is a crime to criticize Islam.